mean, since it's the greatest thing ever, Game 7, and it is pretty damn good, might as well do it again, right? I mean, get one last night. You didn't want to clear the stage tonight for New Mexico State, Louisiana Tech, did you? I mean, you weren't going to just clear the stage and make that the only game in America tonight, were you? Of course not. So you get another Game 7 tonight, and you get the Phillies and the Diamondbacks. Hopefully it's a little bit more compelling, a little bit more exciting, a little bit more tight than last night. Oh, I'm sorry. Liberty and Western Kentucky play tonight, too. And Liberty's undefeated. But, I mean, you get Game 7. What's up, and good morning to you. Merry Tuesday. Welcome to our day. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta. JJ stuck in traffic. There's some T-traffic over on I-40 eastbound over there by the river is what I'm told. DC made it here. I made it here. JJ's on his way. What's good?
11 runs is extremely exciting. I had so much fun watching the Rangers last night.
Rangers are an exciting, quiet team, right? They got one really, really, really cocky dude in Adolis Garcia, who is awesome. The rest of these guys are relatively unassuming, quiet, and really, really good. You know, I watch what Corey Seager does, and Mitch Garver, the former Lobo, who was 1 for 3 with another RBI and it looked like he broke his ribs, dude. I mean, I'm waiting for a report. The ball he took square on that left side in about the 8th inning from your boy Abreu. I mean, really? But they just get it done, and they got it done early. They put 3 on the board, and the biggest play of the game. And you're going to say, Jeff, how is there one biggest play of the game in an 11-4 game? The biggest play of the game was in the first inning, and the Astros get one across. They're down 3-0. They get one across, and I believe they loaded the bases, and then it was a 4-6-3 double play to get out of the inning and limit the damage to 1 run. Because I'm thinking, all right, a base hit here ties it up. We're 3-3. Scherzer's out. We're a bullpen game the whole way, and it didn't happen. And I honestly, I think if they get a base hit there, even they get one more, I think we've got a game, but they didn't. And the Rangers just dominated from there. 11-4. They chased Javier 1/3 of an inning. He gave up 3 earned runs. So that's, what is 9 times 9? 81 would be his ERA for that, right?
A sterling 81 ERA. Yes, yeah. That is indeed correct.
Yeah, for that one game. Now his ERA for the series is 4.09, but for that game would be 81. Scherzer went 2 2/3. He wasn't great. He gave up 4 hits, 2 earned runs, but he got the offense. But do you think I'm wrong on that one play? It seems so obtuse, so insignificant. But I think if they get another one right there, right? They scored 1, base low. The place was moving a little bit because the air was taken out of it when the Rangers scored 3 in the top. And then there they are, and they're battling. The place is kind of going nuts and ready to just blow up a little bit. And I don't remember who it was that hit into it. It probably was it Tucker maybe or Brantley? It might have been Brantley, but it was a 4-6-3, and I thought that was the biggest play of the game.
No, I think you're absolutely right, because if it's 3-3, that game is so different. And when you talk about the crowd, you're absolutely right. If a tie
it was
game,
Brantley,
yeah, that would have been such a different game. The conversation would be completely different.
Yeah,
so I think you're absolutely right.
And it wasn't bases loaded. So Altuve doubled. Bregman grounded out. Alvarez walked. Abreu singled to left, so Altuve scored. So they had runners at first and third. So a base hit scores another run, or a fly ball scores another run, and instead it was 4-6-3. Brantley grounded into the double play, and I just thought that was it almost took the air out of the building. You know what I'm saying? Almost the juice out of the box at Minute Maid. And they didn't get another one across, and it was Rangers the rest of the way. And I mean, you spent the last 3 innings talking about what are the Astros going to do? You know, Altuve and Bregman go into their last year next year. What do they want to do? But look, that's a Rangers team. This is no fluke now. This is a team that led that division for much of the season, that had a letdown at the end of the year, that lost the division right on the last day of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Went across the country, took 2 straight from Tampa Bay, handle the Orioles, who had the best record in the American League, and then just push back the team that was the defending champion, a perennial team in the American League Championship Series. This is no fluke. That sound you hear is J.J. Buck screwing on his mic sock. Good day, sir. How are you living?
What's up?
How's traffic?
Accident. What can you do?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. We've all been there, man. There's an accident on I-40 eastbound. Is it over by the river?
Yeah, it's close to getting cleared just by the river.
It's Candy Cruz. If you got a traffic update, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 505-767 something. Do you know what it is? I don't even know. All right, glad you're here. I was just I started with the Rangers, and I just, this is no fluke, but I said I thought the biggest play of the game was something a little obtuse. After the Rangers scored 3 in the first, an RBI single by Mitch Garver. They get a run. They get runners at first and third, and Brantley hit into the 4-6-3. I thought if they get another run there or keep that thing going, I think you got a different ball game last night.
And it was your classic Game 7 in terms of all hands on deck. Jordan Montgomery picking up for Max Scherzer. No, I wasn't expecting Max Scherzer to throw 7 or 8 innings.
2 2/3
in that game. I said you get 3 from him, he'll be happy if you get some early runs. And that's what the Rangers got.
Yeah, and they chased, and you said this yesterday. If they could get to Javier early and get a few, then it's not going to matter. Well, they got 3 in the first off of Christian Javier, chased him after a third, and that was the difference. So the Rangers are going to the World Series. Who will they play? I think this was a foregone conclusion that it was going to be the Philadelphia Phillies. The way the Phillies handled that young, spry, cute little Diamondbacks team in Pennsylvania and paddled them out of town 10-0 on that second game, I think this is a foregone conclusion. The Phillies were talking about how they were going to celebrate in Arizona, how they were going to swim in their pool. I mean, that's kind of akin to peeing on your logo, isn't it? I mean, close,
Just
right?
a bit.
I mean, it's akin. I'm not, right? I mean, they were already, I don't know who leaked it, who said it. Leak's a bad word. But somehow it got out that they were going to celebrate the pennant by swimming in the Diamondbacks pool, right? And now here we are, and it's going to be a chilly Pennsylvania evening, and we got Game 7 and all hands on deck, and anything can happen. And you got a terrific pitching performance yesterday from Merrill Kelly. 5 innings, he gave up 1 earned run. The bullpen came in the rest of the way, gave up 3 hits the rest of the way, and the Diamondbacks are knocking on the door of a World Series. Now, I still think the Phillies are better. I think the Phillies win, but I mean, every time I tell you something, we'll get to football in a minute. We are wrong. Tell you what, man, it's hard not to like this Diamondbacks team.
Yeah, this is the one I have zero feel on. Yesterday I was pretty confident.
You like the Rangers?
In the Rangers.
Yeah.
This one, I might as well flip a coin on what I think is going to happen in Game 7.
Heads Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer. Sorry. Soundtrack of our summer. You got no feel?
I don't.
All right, is it
I thought
Arizona?
this was going to be Philly series in that 5, maybe 6, and here we are anyway, Game 7.
So what would be heads Pennsylvania, tails Arizona, right? Who do you like? I know who you like. I know who you want.
I want to go to the World Series, and I want it to be in Arizona. It's during the week, but it's much easier drive. It's just so much fun watching the Diamondbacks right now. Like, it's hard as a fan. I fall into that fan zone very quickly when I watch them because it's a bunch of young guys just playing ball.
Yeah.
It is so much fun.
They're one of those teams that if you don't have a dog in the race, right? And they're hard to not. There's nothing to not like about them, right? There's not that guy. I don't think is there. I mean, is somebody that's not like Ketel Marte? Is Corbin Carroll like not a likable rookie? I mean Tommy Pham, a guy who's not the old guy at third base, and Evan Longoria? My old teammate Torey Lovello is the manager. I mean, I'm kind of rooting for him. I'm not going to sit here and tell you we were good buddies. We weren't. I mean, he probably wouldn't know who I am. Wouldn't remember. But I mean, what's not to like about them? A young, scrappy, and this is the out of nowhere. This is, the Orioles had been building for a while, right? The Orioles had been building last year, just missed out. This is the team where the hell did this come from? And is it farm system? Is it GM stuff? I mean, I got to look way more into how they were put together. I mean, they found Longoria and gave him a home. Ketel Marte is obviously found a home in Arizona, and Torrey's done a hell of a job with them.
It's both. It is. If to be good, you have to hit on both. They're a team that has acquired talent via trade and spent some money. Has the rookie of the year in Corbin Carroll, who's one of the best players in baseball.
Yeah.
Came up through his farm system, was number one prospect. Saw him plenty of times here in Albuquerque, playing against Isotopes. And here they are in the World Series because that's baseball. Whether it's the Marlins going on a run, the Royals, and now the Diamondbacks. Here's the Diamondbacks.
You know, well, I'm trying to remember, and it feels like a year or two ago that they were a 100-loss team, doesn't it? And I'm not all that wrong. This year they only won 84 games, right? 2021 they were 52 and 110. What year is this? 2023. 2 years ago. 2 years ago they were pathetic. And there's a lot of ways, and I know this is going to play into another conversation. They could have easily blamed that on the manager, right? That could have been Torrey's fault. A manager who's 52 and 110 very often gets fired. The front office realized we got a process growing here. That manager could be Earl Weaver, could be Billy Martin, could be Tommy Lasorda, could be, Sparky Anderson. It doesn't matter, right? We don't have a roster to win right now, but evidently they had a plan. And they kept Torey Lovullo around. And last year they went 74 and 88. They got better. This year they went 84 and 78, and they're one game away from the World Series. And again, I don't know that there's
Not the manager.
I agree with that. Okay, but if they'd have changed managers, would it have made a difference? Right? Many ownerships would have changed managers. Is all I'm saying. And I'm not telling you there's a right way and a wrong way. What I'm telling you is I talk all the time. What do you want the manager to do? And your response, and you're not wrong, is, well, I mean, what are you going to do? You can't change the whole team. Somebody's got to take the fall, and it's the manager, right?
Well, and I don't feel that way as much as in baseball.
Okay.
Because unless the dude is terrible at realizing, his starting pitcher just gave up 4 home runs in a row, should he make a change?
Yeah. He was in very few of those situations.
Yeah, it's I don't really know. It's hard for me when you look at the overall picture.
Yeah.
In baseball, to say a manager is the reason Team X is somewhere. But like everyone wants to fire Dave Roberts.
Everybody wants to fire Dave Roberts because all he does is win 100 games every year.
He forgot to motivate Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts
because he's the one who got hit for 6 runs in the third of an inning. Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. Well, I wouldn't have played. I would have started Kershaw. What?
And blitz on third down? Like, I don't know.
No, 100%. Like people are losing their minds. Why'd you start Clayton Kershaw? Pardon me? He's freaking Clayton Kershaw, right? They shouldn't have started him. Who'd you got, man? Dustin May was out. Urias was arrested or whatever the hell was going on with him. I mean, there wasn't a lot left.
And you were right on with this Arizona team this year because it doesn't make sense.
None.
It's not like you look at them and go, they had just an unbelievable year pitching. They had a 4.48 team ERA.
Yeah.
They were, you look and you're like, wait, like where does that put them?
Nothing jumps off the page except for Corbin Carroll.
Yeah.
Nothing jumps off the page. You know how long Torrey's been the manager there?
They're the 20th worst ERA in baseball.
No,
and they're in the World Series.
Nothing makes sense. How long do you think Torrey's been the manager? Because if I asked you 3 weeks ago, I'm going to guess 1% of the population could have named the manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Right? Maybe. And if you leave the Phoenix metropolitan area, it goes down. He's been there since 2017. In fact, this first year they went to the NLDS. They lost 3-0. They hadn't been back since, and now here he is. And they're 1 win away. It's crazy. You know what else is crazy? If we tell you something's absolutely going to happen, you go the other way.
It's not going to absolutely happen.
And I warned you yesterday. We all thought last night's Monday Night Football game was going the other way, and I said, you know what's going to happen? What happened? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Your home for Sunday night and Monday night and Thursday Night Football.
Susie Schuster and Amy Trask.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
They don't give us the results.
We're not privy to the script.
We don't get tomorrow's newspaper today. But we all felt, man, Niners are going to, I mean, they're coming off a loss. They're going to go in and pump them and pour Minnesota. And what did I tell you the last segment yesterday? And I'm not going to call it because I was the other way. But I'm like, damn, when we're all convicted on something, go the other way.
100%.
And
that's why I felt all morning.
Yeah. and then it went the other way.
That's the reason we are here, all of us, as a collective, and they are there. All the people that are like, tank, trade all your good players, trade Kirk Cousins to the Jets. Kirk Cousins needs to be the quarterback of the Jets. And lo and behold, the Minnesota Vikings are 3-4, just beat the almighty, never going to lose a game with Brock Purdy, San Francisco 49ers that have just lost 2 games in a row, and have a schedule with, 5 division games still left on it, an ability to get back into the playoff race. A team that, they lost 4 games, but they lost 4 one-score games. It was not throw away your season 7 weeks in, because the only talking point most people have about the NFL is, well, I don't think we're an elite team, so we need to trade everybody.
So the Niners have gone from undefeated and invincible. And your boy Brock Purdy, and I like Brock Purdy, and I still think he's a really, really good quarterback who is now proven to be human. It's like Tiger Woods was. Just like everybody else. I'm not comparing him to Tiger Woods. But we get on this, and I'm still going to put him at the top. I still think he's a top 10 guy that I would take. Whole nother conversation. Brock Purdy's been welcomed to the NFL. He won his first 9 starts, if I'm not mistaken, correct? 9 starts? And now he's lost 2 in a row. Now, the week prior, when they were, who beat him? Cleveland? On the road in Cleveland. He had a drive. He had the ball in his hands, last possession, to go win a game. The week prior, he did his job. The kicker did not. Right? The week prior, kicker makes a field goal. You say Brock Purdy led the game-winning drive. And, in fact, he would have. They missed the field goal. Yesterday, he had the ball in his hands with a chance to go down. They were down by 5 after Minnesota missed a field goal. And he threw an interception. Brock Purdy's human. Brock Purdy was not great last night. Brock Purdy was 21 for 30, 272 yards, threw a touchdown, 2 interceptions. I don't think he was horrible. He just wasn't great. I'm going to give some credit to the Minnesota Vikings, a team who is now 3-4 in a division that all of a sudden kind of got a little bit more interesting this week. They lost by 3 points, by 6 points, by 4 points, by 7 points. All one-possession losses. They've won by 8 and by 6 and by 5, all one-possession wins. Last year, they won more one-possession victories than anybody in the National Football League, right? And they won 13 or 14 games. They're still a pretty decent football team. And they look at their schedule, and they just go, wait a minute, what do I got coming up? Packers? Falcons are good, but not invincible. Saints are scuffling. Broncos aren't good. Bears aren't good. Raiders aren't good. Maybe I can go on a run and get back in this thing, and you know what? They're right.
That's the whole point. It's why you don't listen to 90% of the media just sitting in New York saying, trade us Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
because
give Kirk Cousins to the Jets.
Just because. There's too much football left to play. Trade all your good players just because. You need to tank in the NFL. And the Minnesota Vikings are an example that this can easily be a playoff team. Mm-hmm. Easy. Kirk Cousins was fantastic last night. He had the one bad route where he just stared down the slant and threw it right to Jimmy Ward, who took it from Addison. And it was a good thing Addison took another one from Jimmy Ward because it almost was 2 interceptions.
How good was that play, by the way? The play at the end of the half, the
Yes.
Addison play. That is one of the best, and that's a rookie. Took the ball right out of the defensive back's hand. It was intercepted.
In the chest.
And in one fell swoop, just one motion, boom, the dude in purple's running the other way. The Jordan Addison long touchdown at the end of the half was the difference in that game.
Huge. Now, Brock Purdy, it happens. You come back down to earth. We'll find out just how good he is now. Mm-hmm. Because
I think that's right.
Yeah, Deebo Samuel wasn't playing. The left tackle wasn't there.
Everybody deals
65 yards against the Minnesota Vikings. I think Brock Purdy is still a solid quarterback. He's not a top 10 quarterback to me, even when he was undefeated.
That's fine.
And now we'll find out, all right, you are not going to never face adversity in the NFL. Everybody's going through this. The good quarterbacks, the league average quarterbacks, everyone goes through these moments. And for Brock Purdy, it's now, okay, how do I continue to elevate this team? How do we find playmakers? Second half, Brandon Ayuk was invisible. And that's something that he and the OC and Kyle Shanahan have to fix. Moving forward, did they not run it enough? Was Minnesota focusing on taking away the run? What is the adjustment in the second half? Now, the team is still going to rally around him. It's Christian McCaffrey. He tried to take the blame in the postgame. He said, well, if I don't fumble that football in the first half, that game's different.
There's a little something to that.
Which is fair. But that team is still behind him. They're rallying. They're taking accountability. But it's always shows you, and you pointed out, when all of us are going one way, when all of us think something is for sure going to happen, it's not. The NFL doesn't work like that.
Because we all thought that the Bills would beat who beat the Bills this week? The Patriots. We all thought last week it was the Niners over the Browns, and there were just routes everywhere, right? Wrong. Eagles law. Who beat the Eagles? The Jets, right? A week ago. We're gonna find out a lot right here. We're gonna find out a lot about Brock Purdy and about the boy genius. Have you looked at their schedule coming up? Bengals at home. All right. Let's see. The Bengals are getting better. I think they're coming off a bye. At the Jaguars. Buccaneers. At Seattle. At Philadelphia. And Seattle again. Ravens are looming down there too.
It's the National Football League. And this is, because I heard it yesterday. Just listening to radio throughout the day. And someone was talking like, no one is going to beat Philadelphia or San Francisco, so you might as well just start looking forward to next season. It's just like, what are we doing with this stuff all the time?
It's such a bad...
Like, that's the NFC, so you just might as well start trading off all your pieces. It's just like, why has that become such a thing 6 or 7 weeks into an NFL season?
And week to week, you say, well, what about them? Now, we sit here, Eagles are still kind of sitting at the top of the NFC, right? And the Niners, if you count out the Niners, you're
not counting them out.
Ridiculous, right? Niners are still probably the second best team in that conference. But are they that much better than the Lions? Jeff, the Lions just got run out of the building by the Ravens. Yeah, everybody's going to get beat. Everybody's going to get beat. Everybody's going to throw an interception. Everybody's going to have a bad day. I wouldn't count out Minnesota, Dallas, hell, man, Atlanta. Seattle? I'll count out the Rams. There's every week, man. This is why they play these games. This is why it's so intriguing. This is why the NFL is the enterprise it is. I don't know how they have created this parity. Right? I don't know how and people get angry. They want super teams. I don't know how that they have created in a 17-game season that your team can have hope week to week. That your team, you're in despair one week, and the next week you just beat the best team in the league, and all of a sudden you have hope. But somehow they have created this unbelievable, emotional, it's a soap opera. And they've done an unbelievable job with this.
It's the sport.
Yeah.
Is what other game do you have usually 6 days to just straight focus on one thing? You don't do that anywhere else.
I'm sorry.
In the league.
Yeah. Speech, how you feeling about those Vikings? What's up, buddy?
Vikings, how you doing, Jeff? I am very happy.
Yeah.
And that game goes out to all the Kirk Cousins haters out there. And we did exactly what I thought we should do. We rolled out Kirk and gave him plenty of time, and he could hit anyone. We have a good team. We're a lot better than our record says we are.
I agree.
We just to eliminate our turnovers and get some running game going, and we'll be okay.
How about Cam Akers in the first half yesterday, by the way? Did you see Cam Akers running? Who the hell was that guy?
You know, I like Madison because he runs hard, but I mean, it's time to give Cam a shot.
He got 10 carries.
And Madison is not doing himself any favors.
That one drive.
He blew that easy touchdown pass to him. I mean, we left 9 points out there.
Well, I thought,
we were down there twice.
Yeah.
We couldn't get in, and we missed an extra point. I was afraid that was going to kill us.
I did
but
too. All right,
came
Speech.
back.
No, it's a good one. Enjoy this one because you know how much they hurt when you lose. And don't be a stranger.
Yeah.
Great to hear from you, my friend. Congratulations. Enjoy this one.
Could I ask you something?
Of course.
This is not Viking related, but okay. Back in like the 70s and 80s, it was illegal to like push a guy into the end zone.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember when Essie played Notre Dame and Reggie Bush basically pushed Matt Leinart in the end zone?
It was 8 years ago in 2015. Yeah.
Well, that just basically started it. I mean, I think the refs needed to stop that. I mean,
well, it's got to come above the refs. Speech. It's got to be above the refs. It's got to come from the league. Right now, it's legal. There's nothing to stop, and it's going to be in the rules committee's hands this off season whether or not they want it, because I don't like it either. Hey, buddy, appreciate you. I got to let you go. Enjoy the day.
Okay.
All right. You want to have a conversation? Do you guys like the brotherly shove, the Bush tush, the tush push, the whatever? You guys like that?
Yes.
You do? Where are you?
I go back and forth a little. I like how effective Philly is with it, but like Speech said, it was illegal not that long ago.
Well, yeah, up until. All right, let's have that conversation when we come back. 505-246-0610 if you want to get in on that, on the Niners, on the Vikings, anything you saw last night in the baseball. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Sports Animal, you're home for Sunday night and Monday night and Thursday night football.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.
burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows.
Isn't it? You know, I think parity in the NFL is what makes the NFL. I think that every week you think your team's got some sort of a chance, even if you're the Giants going up against the Bills or the Jets going against the Eagles or whatever, right? Or the Vikings going against the 49ers. And your fans get a chance. I think that kind of is what's made the NFL so wonderful and watchable and the beast that it is. Bourne totally disagrees. Where have all the good teams gone, Jeff? Right now, the NFL is becoming as unwatchable as global football, a lot of mediocre 3-4 and 4-3 clubs. And I heard on our air the other day, or yesterday, you know, there's only one good team in the NFL, or two good teams, the Chiefs and the Eagles. That's it. That's it. They're only, and this is your point that you make. If you're not elite, you're not any good, right? That we got to blow this thing up. If you're not in the top 2 or 3, if you're not Mahomes or Burrow or I don't even know if Josh Allen's in there anymore, then we got to go get another one. If my team's not 6-1 by now, we got to blow it up, right?
Yeah, there's still plenty of good teams.
I agree.
There's a different conversation if you're saying elite, because there only should be a few elite teams. Not everyone's elite. Not everyone has a great defense. Not everyone has a great offense. But in this league, it's week to week for a reason. At the end, could we be staring at Kansas City and Philadelphia again? Yes, that could happen. But you have an opportunity, unlike anything else, to go out there and change that in the NFL. So I think there's plenty of good teams.
I agree with that.
If you want to use the term elite, well, there should only always be 2 to 3, if that.
I'm going to explain some basics to you. So when there's a game and there's 2 participants, just the way it's set up, somebody's got to lose. Somebody's got to lose. A good team could lose. Somebody's got to lose. So for every winner, you get somebody who loses. It's basics. All right. The brotherly shove. To Speech's point, it was illegal for a long, long time. USC and the Bush push at Notre Dame in 2015 became a big deal. It was illegal for a long, long time. Now it's legal. Nobody does it like the Eagles, the brotherly shove. Everybody else does the tush push. To your point, why somebody doesn't run a quick pitch or a naked bootleg out of that thing, somebody that's coming too. That's the next version of it. You like it, you're not sure about it. I don't like it. Tell me why you like it. It's another.
I don't want to penalize one team for being really good at something.
Okay.
As I watched the Steelers get bailed out, bailing on a QB sneak on a 4th-and-1 situation.
Yeah.
This is just straight up. You want to change the rules because Jalen Hurts is stronger than your quarterback.
Okay.
It's this dude's dunking a basketball. We should probably not allow these dudes to dunk anymore.
And that was an issue for a while too. Yeah. Where are you?
So because it's legal, I'm kind of with JJ. Just because they're better than everyone, that's your problem. Fix it. I because it's legal, I like how they utilize it, and I think they should until it's illegal. However, on the defensive side, if you jump on a guy's back, you get a penalty. Using another player, to me, that's why I'm kind of on the edge.
Yeah, it's almost using another player as a prop or something. It doesn't feel like football to me. and it was illegal for a long time. To me, it's like, when is a play stopped? Right? It's so hard to spot a ball. Steelers Rams, right? Now that's not the reason to utilize it. And I agree with you. I mean, just because they're good at it isn't the reason to stop it. Why was it illegal for all those years? Any reason?
I would say I'm open to conversations about pushing.
Yeah, that's my point. I mean, I'm pushing. Yeah, I'm pushing dudes through. It's kind of a reverse tug of war in some respects, right?
But it's just so hyper focused in that exact moment.
Right. So it would be the same concept. It was almost like Kelsey's touchdown at the goal line the other night, right? It would be the same thing. Can my lineman push me through?
Well, and that's so tough.
I agree. And now we're starting to litigate more.
Is it just if it's under center and you're running a quarterback sneak, you can't push? Because if you're still fighting for yardage, say, the guy's on you.
Right. And then my buddy
and then
comes.
Someone comes and as multiple defensive players are hitting you to push you back, then no one's allowed to hey, let's help push you the other way.
And I'm not looking to give the officials more to look at. I think they, we keep adding rules and wondering why they miss calls. And that game has gotten so impossible to officiate. I mean, it's just so damn hard. And we keep adding rules and targeting and where can they hit, where can't they hit, and where can they push and where can't they push. And I don't want to add more. I don't like the aesthetics of the play, to be honest with you, and maybe that's kind of why it is with me what it is. It looks like a rugby scrum, and I have nothing against rugby. It just I don't know. I for years I was always trained you can't push like that, and now you can. I don't hate it. I'm just, if you ask me would I rather it be there or not, which is kind of the conversation, I would go with not.
So according to Fox Sports, it's been legal since 2005.
Oh, really?
The league removed the language in the rule book that prohibited pushing offensive players in 2005.
So it's been almost 2 decades.
Yeah, so from that perspective, I think it's great that the Eagles found a hole and they're exploiting it. I mean, it's perfectly legal and they're doing well.
And to that point, it's also they just have a dude that's built to handle it.
Yeah.
In Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. You know what, though?
Patrick Mahomes, he talks about it all the time. He dislocated his knee on a quarterback sneak, and that's why Kansas City doesn't run the QB sneak anymore.
But think back to, I will argue that Tom Brady is not Jalen Hurts. And Tom Brady might have been the best in the last 2 decades at the conventional quarterback sneak, right? I mean, he was almost,
he was just as good,
right?
And they ran it differently.
They ran a conventional quarterback sneak.
Like you knew it was coming, but they still lined up.
Right.
They didn't have dudes right behind him, so you had to.
That's what I'm saying.
Play your traditional defense.
Yeah, it was get the ball, and I didn't have 2 dudes pushing me from the back. And why did that work? And guys still try to do it. Kenny Pickett tried to do it the other day. He failed, except for he didn't. But I mean, I don't have a problem with that one. So I'm not even. I don't have a good reason why I don't like it, other than I just don't like the way it looks.
So I was reading about Micah Parsons. He played running back in high school, and it's talked about wanting to be like the quarterback in the tush-push situation.
That's good.
So if you have bigger guys, defensive guys starting to take snaps, I think that's when the league really looks at it and considers a change.
Why wouldn't you do that? I guess would be the direct snap, him catching the snap.
And being comfortable taking the center exchange, and do you really want to spend that much time with Micah Parsons understanding in practice?
Yeah, it's interesting. All right, you can get in on it.
Well, I guess it just can defensive players not catch a touchdown pass then? Like, are we going to say that they can't line up as a fullback or they can't line up as a tight end?
Well, they absolutely can.
But then if they get under center, that's when we have to start addressing it.
Well, I mean, you have direct snaps to, right? If they report as eligible, and I don't even know how you do it with the numbers now, right? Is it still like the 50s, 60s, 70s are not eligible numbers? Is that right? Can a running back wear 52 if he wants? I mean, we've gone to you can wear whatever number you want.
Because those guys can line up at fullback.
But you still have to have guys report as eligible, like a lineman on the lineman eligible, right? I don't even know how
See
that
defensive tackles line up at fullback all the time.
Yeah, but they
Goal- in
report.
goal line
They
situations,
report. Yeah. All right. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I mean, where are you with it? Just curious. There's a lot of NFL news. There was an arrest. There was a suspension. There's a whole lot of NFL news to get through. Get in on the baseball too, because it is terrific. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. You're home for Sunday night and Monday night and Thursday night football.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
Rosendo Najar here, president of Carpenters Local 1319.
Juan Junior Gonzalez, warden of Local 1319. Some people have a misconception about what a carpenter does.
The carpentry trade entails more than just woodworking or building houses. We are responsible for 85% of a construction job site. Everything from the superintendent on down. We have a great apprenticeship program. Information can be found on our website.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your...
On the brotherly shove, Jeff says, so are we going to stop allowing the defensive linebackers and defensive backs pushing the pile backwards? Is there a difference? Do you find there to be a difference? I kind of do. I mean, their job is to, well, they're both their jobs are to go the other way. Every hat to the ball, right? Push the pile backwards.
I think that what you brought up is with the brotherly shove, when is the play dead? Forward progress is stopped even if you're pushed backwards.
Correct. It's not stopped.
That one is once you're in that scrum, you're just guessing where Jalen Hurts is.
I don't know how they ever spot the football, but I mean, it is what it is. Meanwhile, Jalen Hurts. You got a little Jalen Hurts. He's hurting a little bit, huh? Jalen Hulu has live sports. Is that his full name?
I believe it is.
All right. So Jalen, it's such a good spot, dude.
It's hilarious.
It's so good. He's got a brace on his left knee. Had it on the second half. Sunday night's win over the Dolphins. After the game, he said he's fine. Quote, seemed like he was in good spirits and good today. We'll see later in the week how he's feeling and everything. I know that he battled through being uncomfortable yesterday. He can answer some of those questions as far as how he felt in those different things. I just know the guy is tough as nails, is going to do everything he can to help our football team win. End quote, Nick Sirianni, their head coach. Concern on her. I mean, anytime a guy's got a brace on, or sure, I think you got to be concerned, right?
Especially when it's Jalen Hurts, whose mobility is key to who he is. There was a scramble early in that game where it was a lot closer than anyone realized. Like, he was holding the ball down by his side, and he kind of started, like, had him in a hitch in his giddy up. And the ball got slapped out of his hand. And that was one of the moments I was like, ooh, well, this is a little concerning. Like, that's something that is going to hamper Jalen Hurts a bit. But he's going to play through it. He said he battled, but definitely something to monitor, because if it's going to affect some mobility, that will affect the Eagles.
Eagles Commandos in D.C. this weekend. What do you think the spread is, by the way? It's one of my favorite new games. Guess
what is
the spread?
Guess the spread.
8.5.
Well, I'll go 6.5.
6.5.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Biggest spread I see this week.
Division game?
It is a division game.
That's
biggest spread I see is on the Broncos are 8 points with the Chiefs. Cardinals 8.5 with the Ravens, but Chargers 8.5 favorites over the Bears. The biggest spread I see is the Patriots Dolphins game. Anyone want to guess? It's in Miami.
10.5.
I was thinking 10.
9.5.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, you guys are right at it. Right at it. Thursday night, you get the Buccaneers and the Bills. That's actually sneaky interesting.
It's all sneaky interesting.
Yeah.
It's the NFL.
Yeah. It's actually, I mean, I got Baker, who, I don't know, is Baker Mayfield a good quarterback? Has he revived his career in Tampa?
Some weeks.
Right? Josh Allen, I think, is pretty good.
Baker Mayfield, like, these are the guys that we have to say those are, like, your league average quarterbacks. Not Kirk Cousins. He is much better than that. Everyone for years just wanted to make Kirk Cousins that line. No, it's more like Baker Mayfield is that middle of the pack type of quarterback. Or Mendoza line.
That's fair. Kirk Cousins is better than that. Speech said something. He called a little while ago. He's a Vikings fan. He said everybody wants to hate on Kirk Cousins. I don't know if everybody wants Kirk Cousins, it feels like. No.
Yeah. Everyone in New York did. All the Jets talking heads.
Until they started winning. I got 2 arrests in the National Football League for you. You good? Chris Olave, Vikings, Saints receiver, arrested Monday night in Louisiana, suspicion of reckless operation of a motor vehicle, 70 and a 35. I mean, it sounds fast. It doesn't sound like arrest fast, does it? 70?
Yeah.
It doesn't? Okay. All right.
Depending on
It was
35 in a residential area.
Mixed business and residential area. He was in a Dodge Charger, traveling at a high rate of speed, maneuvering between lanes and around other drivers on the roadway, according to the report. Booked and released. All right. Did he go to Georgia? Kidding, kind of.
That's a fair question, Jeff. That is a
right?
fair question.
Chiefs wide receiver Justin Ross arrested in Kansas. facing a felony charge. Arrested Monday. The criminal charge is more than $1,000, but less than $25,000 in criminal damage. It doesn't say what he did, but he was booked on a felony charge. So there's your police blotter for you.
That's going to be a tough one for Justin Ross. I know that Shawnee Mission area, they do not play around. So,
really?
Yeah, he's going to have a
That's
tough
just
go.
across the state line, right? They were from Missouri over to Kansas.
Yep, Johns County. They don't care if you're a chief. He's going to have a tough go.
Okay. I don't even know what I think he did. I've read every story I can find on that one. I don't know what he did.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's $25,000.
Criminal damage. What did he do?
Great question.
So you haven't found that either?
No.
Okay,
it's
I
not
thought it was
out there.
just me missing something. I'm like, well, I don't even understand it. All right, and the Commandos are committed to your boy Sam Howell. When did he fall off the cliff? As far as I'm concerned, you look at some of the biggest things really about the development of this young quarterback. This is Ron Rivera. There have been a lot of positives that you see coming out of some of the things that Sam has been doing. As far as that's concerned, you see his decision making has been really good in terms of who he's throwing the ball to. End quote. All right.
I think Sam is fine. He's in that mix of dudes that are going to be really hot and cold. It's really hard to play quarterback in the NFL, but then you also have to have some pieces around said quarterback. A system. Oh my gosh, should I say system? Yes, everyone's a system quarterback in this league. Problem for Sam Howell is he's going to snap in half. He's on pace to be sacked 97 times this season. 97! And we think of broken quarterbacks, you think of who? David Carr. He was only sacked 76 times in that season that broke him. 97!
Yeah, is a problem. All right, when we come back, we're involved in some cool events here at the Sports Animal with our partners over the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber of Commerce. There's a big golf tournament this weekend. There's the Jingle Bowl going on. There's a whole lot of stuff. When we come back, and Derek, our next guest, Derek's his dad, Joey Gutierrez. Joey just got back from Ryder Cup. I want to know what it was like to be at the Ryder Cup over in Rome. It's the opening drive. We're going to talk with Joey Gutierrez next. The opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
For pets, because we work hard to understand all of their.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Stunker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
I was born in New Mexico. I grew up on these streets. I got in trouble here, and I fought my way back in Burquia. I love New Mexico, especially the people. Now I'm using my training, tenacity, and energy to fight for you. I'm Adam Oki, lawyer, fighter, and New Mexican. I was a local athlete here in New Mexico, so I'm proud to support your local athletes.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Rosendo Najar here, president of Carpenters Local 1319.
Juan Junior Gonzalez, warden of Local 1319. Some people have a misconception about what a carpenter does.
The carpentry trade entails more than just wood.
This morning, so I love this time of year, and I'm excited. It looks like we're going to have a great day on Friday for the Buen Vecinos golf tournament. I'm happy you're playing. You earned it.
I don't even know what that means, but thank you, I think. All right, can people still get in on this? Because this is a big deal. It's an innovative fundraising program which the Hispano Chamber launched, dedicated basically to supporting the growth and development of businesses and nonprofits in our community.
Yeah, so people can. So we are running out of teams. We had a lot come in yesterday, so we still have a few left, and then there's a couple whole sponsorships. But, yeah, for those who are interested, reach out to us. We would love to talk to you. It's going to be a fun time. It's a little late in the season, but it's like the last golf tournament of the season, and we're going to have great weather. So we're excited about this.
Yeah, and Twin's pretty nice. I mean, I don't know if you've got any connections over there, but it's unbelievably beautiful.
I've played there a couple of times. No, actually, I used to work there in high school. My family, my dad, he's director of golf there. But I like Twin just because Zach, the head pro, he's amazing. Working with that group's amazing, and obviously the course is nice. It's challenging, so I start off the day well, but by the end of it, I kind of want to go home and cry, but it'll be a good time.
We got a team going out. We got the big boss going out. We got. This is. I'm just carrying bags, man. We got the. JT, we got the general manager, the sales manager, and the chief engineer, the guy who keeps us on the air. And then there's like me, just all right, here I am. All right, I'll be there. So it'll be fun. Hey, and then the other thing we're partnered on, and both here at the radio station and at the Isleta New Mexico Bowl, is something I'm really excited about, is the Jingle Bowl. And JJ, remember years ago when I used to sit around here saying, I had all these great jingles on the commercials. Who's got the best jingle for your business? And I know you all hear them. They get in your head. Many of you are with businesses, own businesses, that have a jingle that you use in your commercial. Well, what we're doing in partnership with the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber is a Jingle Bowl. And if you go to their website, AHCNM, that's Albuquerque Hispano Chamber, New Mexico, AHCNM.org, the top of the page, there's an events tab. You click and go down to Jingle Bowl. You can register to your jingle. And it's going to be a bracket-style online voting. And the winner, last year was PC Place, gets a television visible A-frame, so your sign is on national TV. You get brought down onto the field during the game. Your jingle gets played. You get Zia level seats, 4 Zia level seats for the game. And it's like a $10,000 prize, $500 to enter, and the $500 is in tickets to the Isleta New Mexico Bowl. And the partnership with this is good, and we want to make sure that everybody who wants to be in this, Joey, gets in.
Yeah, it's for me, I think the $500 fee is awesome, because what you're doing is paying for your like a team builder for your business and for your family. And what we need to support the New Mexico Bowl. And I think businesses want to get more involved. And so this is a great way of doing that. But jingles, you're right. Growing up, we always had those jingles in our head, and it'll be cool to bring them back. I think with our culture here, there's such a diversity in businesses with the owners. I want to hear everybody's jingle and how it represents them. So we're excited for that. It's a great idea by you, Jeff, and asking us to be a part of it, and so we are excited for that. And then the Athleta New Mexico Bowl, that's going to be a big one this year. College football has been really exciting, so we're just happy to be a part of it, but we're happy to support small businesses, help them get recognition, and then do this fun contest. So thank you for allowing us to be part of it.
No, we appreciate your partnership, and I'm looking at the webpage. I didn't realize you had my picture with the winners all over that thing, but it's good for the PC Place people. They really felt. In fact, Joey, they came back this year and they just bought some tickets. They said, "Hey, we love being in the Zia level. Can we buy some tickets?" So we appreciate their partnership and what they did. But if you want to enter, if you've got a jingle, if you've got something that your business does, it's $500 and you get 25 tickets for this. So it's not just like an entry fee. You get tickets to the game, and then you get the opportunity to have your A-frame on the field, your sign on national TV, and the value on it. It's great. And I know you're pushing always. You want more and more people to be part of the chamber. I was at your last event over at Fogo de Chao, which was great. You've got a number of business artistas coming up. How do people get part of the chamber and be part of just what a wonderful, wonderful opportunity this business organization does?
Come out to our Biz Gratis. We have one Wednesday. That's a good way just to kind of see a big networking event. That's our biggest one of the month. It's this Wednesday at Hollow Spirits at 5:30. But just go to hcnm.org. Contact my membership team. We would love to speak with you on that. And PC Play, shout out to them. They always say the Chambers helped them get to where they're at. They just celebrated 30 years last Friday. They had a celebration. We didn't do anything. We're just here to support, but it's initiatives like the Jingle Bowl that helped them get there, and we just offer that support and those opportunities. So they're great. They're very happy with what they got from the Jingle Bowl last year, and, they're here to participate, but anybody can be a part of that. Just reach out to us. We would love to talk to you about how to support your business.
Do you like the name Jingle Bowl, JJ?
I love that
See
name.
what we did with that? See what we did there?
It works. Time of year, everything is fantastic.
Hey, I haven't talked to you since this. How was the Ryder Cup, dude? You were in Rome. Other than the result, how was being at the Ryder Cup?
It was amazing. Once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Rome is a great town. It's a great city. Lots of history there. The course itself was amazing. The people, I have never, I think Americans love their sports, but then you go to Europe and everything's a chant. So much pride. They came out strong. We knew from the opening ceremony when Zach Johnson talked, it was like, oh, okay, but then they had their captain, Luke Donald, go up there, and he killed it. He let us know what was going to happen, and yeah, it happened. It was great. It was a great thing. The Americans came back towards the end, so I think in 2 years at Bethpage Black, we'll get it again. How
was the crowd? And Joey Gutierrez is with us. He's the director of membership over at the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber. Grew up in the golf industry here in Albuquerque and was in Rome on the course for and you had great access for the Ryder Cup. We get down 4-0. We're battling from behind the whole time, right? And I don't know if you were wearing, red, white, and blue, what you were wearing, but I gotta believe you were taking it a little bit from the European crowd.
Oh yeah. I'm lucky enough to. My family's part of the golf, and my stepdad's done some great things here. But we were out there, and going down 4-0. It had all the Americans talking like, "What are we going to do?" And that crowd's relentless. We were in the stands. Me and my wife. We're in the stands on the second morning at like 6 a.m., and they were shaking, and they were just chanting the craziest chants, the funniest chants, but I'm like, this is nuts. I've never seen anything like this. Like, I've been to games here in the States, football, basketball, and I've never experienced anything like that, and that was golf at 6 in the morning.
Golf. See? Any crazy chance that you can share on the radio? Anything safe for radio?
So they, some of the chants that they did was, and I have a video on my Instagram, but they were chanting about where they were sitting. So they were saying right side of the tee box, and then they would go middle of the tee box, and then left side. But it was a battle between each side, each stand that were on the tee box. And I was like, are they really chanting on where they're sitting?
Yeah.
So it was amazing.
What time do you start drinking? 6 a.m. when you get there, right?
Oh, I was still half asleep, but that crowd gets you going. Yeah, there was a lot of alcohol flowing, but Europeans, they're just very prideful, and I think they had it out for us because we beat them pretty good last time here.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's told me that's an event, and more so, like, it's great in America. Have you been to the Ryder Cup in America?
I haven't. So a couple years ago, we were supposed to go, but COVID hit.
Yeah.
So the next one at Bethpage Black, I have it on my calendar.
Well, I just people have told me you got to go over there and just experience it. It's just a different world, and it sounds like it was, and they were better. All right, two things, and let me give you the website one more time, and I'm going to encourage you to go be part of what the chamber's doing. It's ahcnm.org, like Albuquerque Hispano Chamber, New Mexico. ahcnm.org. At the top of the page, it says events. Click on that. The Buen Vecinos 2023, that's the golf tournament, which is this Friday. You can still get in on that out at Twin Warriors. It's supposed to be beautiful, Joey. 71 is what they're saying it's going to be ideal. And then further down that events page is the Jingle Bowl. I encourage you to enter your business, get your jingle in. You have time to make a jingle if you don't have one, and be part of what the Isleta New Mexico Bowl is doing with the Hispano Chamber and your businesses, and be part of the bowl game and what the chamber's doing. Appreciate it, my friend. Really appreciate it. Congratulations on the success. We will be doing our show. We'll see you out there on Friday morning. What time do we start drinking? I mean, what time do we start playing? That's what I meant to say.
Shotguns at 9, registrations at 8, but, it's going to be a fun day. I will say this, for the Jingle Bowl, I want to hear some of those older jingles. So I like the new jingles. There's a lot of new businesses, but if we can get some of those ones, because some of those businesses are still around that we grew up with.
Yeah.
Let's do a little retro theme. Those might win, because people just love those.
Yeah.
The nostalgia of it. So
love that.
Thank you for letting us be a part of that, supporting our members the way you do, and supporting the golf tournament. Like I said, we have a couple teams left, but there's some great food. We got Whataburger sponsoring lunch, Golden Pride doing breakfast. It's going to be a great time.
Go be part of it. Appreciate you, everything you're doing to make our community better. Best to Ernie and Kiana and everybody on the team over there. See you on Friday, my friend. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
See you. Joey Gutierrez, the director of membership. Dude, okay, he grew up in a golf family, right? Derek is the director of golf out at Twin Warriors, and he's on the national board for the PGA. But Ryder Cup in Rome, I mean, I don't know. You're going to the World Series, maybe. You went to the and that's good. I'm not belittling any of the Rose Bowls I've been to, or any of that stuff. That's kind of one that would be special, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's a different experience.
Yes, I my main question is: are you guys drinking wine at 6 a.m. or are you drinking?
That's what I want to know. What are they drinking? Right. Yeah, it's not as you go straight to the beer. Are you doing bloodies? Are you drinking wine? Where are you going?
I don't think they do bloodies very much over there.
I'll find out. So my failure on the question, I'll text him.
Yes, we'll have to keep up.
All right, I'll find out. But go be part of that again. And the Jingle Bowl should be fun. We had a great time with it last year. PC Place won. They got great national exposure. So if you want to get your business in on that, do it at ahcnm.org. What time you want to do Red Zone today?
Let's do 9.
All right, we'll do that at 9 o'clock. Come back. I'm going to reset at the top. And a couple of Lobos received conference honors for their performance in football. We'll do that when we come back here on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal, your home for Sunday night and Monday night and Thursday night football. Hey, now is not the time to take your home or business security for granted. IPS watches my home. They watch hundreds of homes and businesses throughout Albuquerque. It's an extra layer of protection. It is affordable, private security. Not only does IPS provide standing guards and armed patrols, they install alarms, cameras, record criminal activity, and smart technology to control access to your facility. At APS, they will monitor your systems, and if they see something suspicious, they send someone to check it out. A winning combination that will prevent you from being victimized. Don't wait to be a victim. Call IPS, see what they can do for you. Gives my family a sense of security. It's protected my home. I know they can do great things for you. 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420 or online at ipsglobal.com. Passionate about your security.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Stuff gets in your consciousness. When I first started working here with Citadel, and I think we've been Cumulus for at least 10 years. But the tile, you ever notice the tile when you get off the elevator? That C, that's an old Citadel logo that we've never, and I this morning, when I got off, and I haven't looked at that, or at least it hasn't registered in my mind. This morning it registered in my mind. But wow, that's the old Citadel logo. I guess, well, who cares? Nobody notices it. I haven't thought about that in Lord knows how many months, years. And I just said, I call it Citadel.
I didn't even snap.
Yeah, I didn't even. We're Cumulus and proud to be, even if they're not proud of us.
Yeah, you do see the Citadel logo
kind
of around the office. So
yeah,
I can see how that happens.
I just it didn't even click.
Good to see.
Thank you, Mr. Stiegler. I apologize to the Cumulusians.
Is he in the Jingle Bowl?
Is Stiegler in the Jingle Bowl? I don't know. He should be.
He voices some jingles.
He's got like all kinds of them. Like the water detection thing that he voices. They've got a jingle.
Well, he sings on the TLC one.
Yeah, he sings on that one, doesn't he? No, Roto-Rooter. He sings on the Roto-Rooter one.
Sorry, Paul.
Yeah, he should go in on that. Yeah, all right. 505-246-0610. Hello, Rudy.
Good morning.
Good day, sir. How you feeling?
Yes, I'm feeling great. You know, that was a nice victory Saturday.
Winning's fun.
It's so much more fun than losing.
Yeah.
There's no comparison. Felt really good for the kids. Talked to Dylan Hopkins a little bit. Really excited for him. And guess what? You can go vote for him for the Manning Quarterback of the Week. Did you know that?
I'm not sure I did.
Yeah, so if you go to golobos.com or you go to Allstate Sugar Bowl, there's the cast your vote for the best quarterback performance of the week, and Dylan is one of the 8, so I just went and made my vote count. And also congratulations to him and Jamarius for being offensive and defensive players of the week. And, it's just, Jeff, once you get that taste, I think UNM's going to be really good going forward. I think they finally figured it all out. And sometimes it takes a little longer than other times, but I think they found a way to play football, right?
They look like a good football team on Saturday, and they got an opportunity this week. And Lord knows, we were just talking about, you never know what happens week to week. And they'll have a really good UNLV team coming in who's already bowl eligible, who's at the top of the conference the week after. Then they get Fresno, and then they get Boise State, and then, but they get to 4-4, and who knows coming down the stretch.
Nobody knows, and what you can't ever look inside is a person's heart. But I really think that Dylan Hopkins is starting to be the difference maker that we all hoped he would be. And when you go 20 of 25, that's the school record.
Can we give a little love to that offensive line who kept him clean and really protected him? Which is, you will never convince me. And JJ, we've had this conversation 1,000 times. You will never convince me that Terry Wilson was not a good quarterback. And to me, the offensive line, he just had no chance. He was good enough to win 10 games in the SEC, but not here. You'll never convince me that. To me, the biggest, Dylan's good, and I don't want to take anything away from him. But I think the biggest
difference is they have an offensive line.
I agree with you.
Yeah. And one more quick thing. Wasn't that great to see a couple of New Mexican kids from Albuquerque, one that actually played for UNM?
Yeah.
What a great series. I feel bad for Alex and the Astros, but I feel really good for the Rangers. Yeah. All of a sudden, Rangers stuff is like creeping out. Everybody's starting to wear Ranger caps.
I got Ranger fans everywhere now. I know. They're everywhere. They're crawling out. All right, man.
The Rangers.
Yeah. We'll talk to you during the week. See you. The two boys from the Borque, Alex Bregman, Mitch Garver, had a heck of a championship series, and it's the former Lobo, Mitch Garver, and the Rangers moving on to the World Series. Rudy was just alluding to this. I was going to tell you this. Both Dylan Hopkins and Jamarius Lewis were honored by the Mountain West Conference yesterday as offensive and defensive players of the week. The last time UNM players swept those awards, offense and defense, was 2006. Did you already know the answer to this? Do you remember who they were?
2006.
2006. It was a week in 2006 when Lobo won offense and defense. And I'm going to go even further back because that was early in the year. They hadn't swept the conference awards against a conference opponent. There's no way you'll get this one. You'll get one of them. Since 2003.
Was one Dontrell?
Dontrell was one in 2003. You'll never get the linebacker. Daniel Goronsky.
Nope.
Never. The last time Lobo swept the award was early in the year in 2006. Marcus Smith, the wide receiver, and linebacker Michael Toohey, honored after they beat New Mexico State 34-28. How about that, though? You're going back to 06 and 03. What year is this? And that's 17 and 20 years ago. And look, it's a victory, and now let's start stacking them. But you can't stack until you get a base, right? You can't have two before you get one. You can't have three before you get 1 and 2. So my eyes told me they looked a lot different. You can tell me who they played, and
doesn't matter who they played. They're not that team where you need to be.
That's right.
Breaking down victories yet. They're nowhere near that.
I can't agree with you more. Yes.
They're not trying to build a resume to get to the NCAA tournament. Just try to win games.
That's right.
Conference games.
That's right. Aggies play tonight. Aggies, and this is a big one for New Mexico State tonight. And it's a sneaky tough game for New Mexico State tonight. They play at Tuesday Night Lights. It is a 5 o'clock start, boys and girls. 5 o'clock over on CBS Sportsnet. They play at Louisiana Tech. Tech is 3-5. They have had 2 weeks off. They had the bye week last week, played Middle Tennessee, and lost 31-23. Any idea what this spread is? New Mexico State 5-3 and 3-1. At Louisiana Tech 3-5, 2-2.
La Tech 2.5.
You and I are on the same page today because I was thinking like 3 or 3.5.
He's right. La Tech 2.5.
Fair enough.
Yeah. La Tech is the favorite tonight. This is a huge one. If they can get to 6, they need one more with 4 in their last 4 to get to a bowl game. Louisiana Tech is one of those teams who's been on the cusp in their league. They played Nebraska early in the year, lost 28-14. They played SMU earlier in the year, lost 38-14. They've beaten FIU, Northwestern State, and UTEP. Lost their last 2 to Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee. Both one-possession games. 8-point games. 8-7. Big one for the Aggies tonight. Big one. Who do you like tonight?
Aggies.
You? Going on the road and getting one? I mean, they've been on the road and got... the last 2 have been at home, right? Last 2? What have they done on the road? They won at UNM. Oh, they did win at UTEP. Yeah, they did win at UTEP, and they won at UNM. Yeah, they lost at Hawaii. They lost at Liberty. Yeah. Big, big, big game for New Mexico State tonight. All right, 505-246-0610. That's how to get here. 505-246-0610. Got NFL look at from last night. Now we'll move forward into the next week. You got a suspension for the Broncos. I mean, really? Of course you do. A couple of arrests in the NFL. Oh, and by the way, it's NBA opening night tonight. And did you see the contract extension the big guy in Milwaukee got? Holy smokes. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The sports animal, your home for Sunday night and Monday night and Thursday night football.
Olivas going to the corner of the end zone. Nice grab there by Josh Jackson, and that's going to be a touchdown, El Dorado.
Their strong point, their focal point there.
Nelson will keep it himself for some room on the right side. Nelson's on his feet, and he is in. It's a touchdown for Noah Nelson.
Sliding, they slid out of going out there. Linebacker, they're going for the big gutter play. How did he hold on to that? Ethan Olguin. My goodness, a 32-yard bomb. He's going to launch this one long, and it's a little bit short, but what a pull down. Fabian Trujillo. Unbelievable, this man.
Dyer, back to pass. Pressure, gets out of it nicely. On the sideline, got an open man. It's Lambrana. Cheeto makes one miss. Cuts back up the middle. Another cut to the right, and he's all the way down at the 10-yard line.
Is that Sweet Pete Jr.?
Right?
That's Sweet Pete Jr. right
What
there.
a move there by Cheeto Lambrera.
Second and 1, give it to Gallus. Once again, he evades one tackle, evades 2. Breaking into the open, there's a block, bye-bye. And he breaks the last tackle to get through. Jack Gallus with the touchdown.
Happy with his defense so far. Vukovic, and that ball is ripped up. Bernalillo will have this ball at the 1-yard line.
That's the extra yards for Cheeto. Dyer quickly, it's batted into the air, and it is picked off. Rams football as Rio Rancho finally gets the turnover they need as it's tipped into the waiting arms of Vincente Tafoya. Ryan Brown that punched it into the air and allowed Tafoya to come away with it. Let's see if Nelson can make it pay. No! LaCueva gets it back on another tip drill. It falls into the waiting arms of the senior Luke Ryder.
Kick is up. It will bounce into the arms of Daniel Garcia, and Garcia explodes through the middle. He dodges Castro, and Garcia will run that one back from about the 17-yard line. Call that one an 83-yard touchdown rush. Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
We here at Clark's
Aggies tonight, Lobos on Saturday. Lobos will be in Reno to take on Nevada, who just snapped the nation's longest losing streak. Mike says, what to expect out of Nevada, Jeff Alou? The squad that stunned the Aztecs? That gave Big Bad Kansas everything they ever wanted? Or the pack that got blued out of their own built by Idaho? Let me guess, the former? The team that's playing better now? The team that I mean, I don't think they're an offensive juggernaut, but obviously, and look, San Diego State offensively is bad. Did you watch some of that, right? I mean, was it?
It is so hard to wrap your head around why the Aztecs go through offensive droughts that they do, and just finding a quarterback with a pulse. Like last year, there was Maiden.
Jalen Maiden.
Maiden.
It was the defensive back turned quarterback.
Yeah, so he was a quarterback at Mississippi State, transferred to San Diego State. It's like, I want to play football. So they're like, all right, you can go be safety.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we don't have a quarterback. Oh, this dude
Well, they
used to
went
play
through a
quarterback.
couple. Yeah, they had a transfer.
Let's let him play quarterback. Actually had some life in the offense, but then you come in this season and it is just bad.
I was talking to my brother last night, and he's like, dude, how come they can't find a quarterback? They're in freaking San Diego. They got a beautiful stadium, beautiful campus. They play in a league that everybody seems to find a quarterback.
They brought Ryan Lindley in.
Well,
be the
you know
offensive
what's
coordinator.
crazy about that? And so Ryan Lindley, statistically, maybe the best quarterback that ever played at San Diego State. I mean, Dan McGuire was pretty good. Todd Santos was really good. But he went on and played the NFL. JJ, you know he started a playoff game in the NFL for the Cardinals. So he was coaching in high school, I think, and so or no, he wasn't. He was coaching somewhere else, and then they brought him in as the offensive coordinator and thought it was going to go nuts. There's people who are screaming that he should be the head coach. I'm like, wait a minute. You want to fire Brady, which, okay, whatever, but you want that guy to be the coach, and their offense just scored 0 points against an 0-6 team. And I don't know why they can't find a quarterback, JJ. For the life of me, the consistency they find stables of running backs, right? They find stables of defensive studs. They usually have a really good tight end. It's astonishing that they've got that problem at quarterback. But I was watching them, and I'm thinking, okay, New Mexico's offense is, I think, way better than San Diego State's. Right, they both scored 41-42 against Hawaii, right? The Lobo defense just gave up a lot less points to Hawaii. You want to be comparative? I mean, the Lobos play that same team that the Aztecs just played. They just played the same team the Aztecs played the week prior. I mean, I don't know. Can you play that game and say what you think the Lobos are going to do against Nevada?
Yes.
All right. What do you think?
I like the Lobos over Nevada.
Yeah.
I'm also realistic and understand that this is still a Lobos team that could give up a couple big plays early, despite what we saw against Hawaii, and it be a close game on the road. Because to find consistency, it's going to be a battle. I don't think you're just going to see 2 games in a row where you're like, OMG.
No, that's right.
But this Nevada team is gettable. This Lobo team has a fantastic opportunity to be 4-4 overall, 2-2 in conference when we are talking next week.
Dan says, what a difference a week makes, Jeffrey, Juan Jose, and Darren Carl. Darren Carl. Like that one? Darren Carl.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
That's a winner.
All right. Last week, Nevada wanted to fire their coach. Now their fans are saying they can run the table. There's no club the Pack will be big underdogs to the rest of the way, except maybe Wyoming. It's from Dan. They're not running the table. I don't think the Lobos are running the table either. How big does the loss to the St. Louis Cardinals look now? Omar says, Jeff, if not for that slip up at Busch Stadium, Dallas Cowboys will be right in the discussion for the best in the league and their home court in the playoffs. We destroy the Rams, right? Yeah, probably. All right, is this is coming down, I think, right about now. There was discussion yesterday after the Astros got beat that Dusty Baker was mulling retirement. Yahoo is reporting that he is ready to step down as the Astros manager. The Athletic's Brittany Garoli and Chandler Rome report. Baker has expressed to multiple people inside the organization that this will be his last season as manager. He's not made it official. He declined to comment when asked directly last night. He is 74 years old. He's been managing in Major League Baseball for 26 seasons. He won a World Series with the Astros. He's got the second best winning percentage in franchise history. Took the Astros to 4 straight ALCSs, but the biggest thing he did was just step in when that thing was a freaking mess. Right after, I don't know, does it have a name? Trash can banging gate? I mean, whatever that, right? He was a heck of a player. And he played from 68 to 86. This doesn't surprise you, does it?
Dusty Baker deserves to relax. Dusty Baker has been amazing for the game of baseball. Yeah. What he did for those Astros, you were right. He calmed the storm. He just came in, and he's just all about baseball. Settle down, guys. Do your thing. You're talented. I got you. Just focus on the game. Dusty Baker is a legend. Hats off to Dusty.
It was it's funny. We had a conversation in the first segment today about how much managers mean or maybe don't mean to baseball, right? I will argue with you. That was one of the best managerial hires in the history of ownership. And you'll go, what are you talking about? Because of where that thing was, because of what was going on, that was one of the biggest. I mean, they were caught cheating. There was no, we didn't really do it. No, you did it. And the awkwardness of everything and everybody that was still there. And they fired, baseball suspended the manager and the general manager for a year, right? They took away, first round draft picks? Is that right? First and second or something? I mean, and fined them $5 million, whatever. Didn't take away the World Series title. That thing was a mess. They brought in the absolute perfect personality into that locker room to calm things down, and they got back. They've been to the championship series every year. They won a World Series since. He was perfect for that. And you just brought in a respected, successful, veteran, even-keeled manager that just calmed that thing down. I will argue the best managerial hire ever in a conversation that started this morning with you saying,
well, I'm not going to deny that managers don't have impact at times.
Right.
This absolutely was.
Yeah.
This wasn't a guy that was coming in over his head or just someone that they're sliding the gig to that was a part of the mess. It was a baseball legend coming in and just being a calming presence. He didn't need to change the lineup. They got the players. They got the dudes. It was just a calming presence. And that is stuff that can make an impact in certain situations. And it did for the Astros because they didn't need a manager to be good.
No, they were already good.
7 straight AL Championship Series appearances. So this wasn't about Dusty Baker making them better. It was just helping them just be calm in the locker room.
He's a Hall of Famer, right? A Hall of Fame manager.
Because the questions didn't go away. The fans aren't going to stop harassing him about it. But just a little bit of focus.
No, dude,
for a team that was fantastic.
I got emails yesterday, last evening. Good buddies that are Dodger fans are just expressing their glee that the Astros were knocked out. Right? I mean, it was a good, in proxy for some LA fans last night. It was a great night that the Astros and the Niners both lost on national TV. No, honestly, your teams didn't even play, but in proxy, you got to get the Niners getting beat and the Astros getting knocked out. Like I'll show them to you, man. My phone was popping from bitter LA fan. Our team's not there, but at least they're not, right? It's kind of part of it. No, he came into one of the biggest storms in certainly in our generation of baseball. I mean, you got a bigger one? You got a bigger mess of a situation than any manager ever stepped
Not
into.
for a whole team
High
like
profile,
that.
right? A
There's
team
been
that was
dudes.
right.
Like it's Alex Rodriguez or someone that gets popped, but not an entire team.
You can point at a lot of Yankee managerial things, right? And you can go through back in the 70s with the Billy Martin stuff and Reggie Jackson, and that it was really interesting stuff, but it was different. This was a franchise teetering on a scandal. And a franchise that was loaded with talent, championship level talent, that cheated, cheated. We're not having a conversation whether they did or not, right? And so, what should the degree be? The conversation was: should they be stripped of their title? Should we break them up? Should they be suspended? Baseball did their thing, and you brought in this guy, and I'm not going to tell you he made it go away. But he made it as quiet as it could be. They took, they say you take on somebody's personality. That could have been a cocky, brash team that became kind of the silent killers in a lot of respect, right? I mean, look, 7 years in a row, I don't know what a dynasty means anymore. 7 years in a row going to the AL Championship Series is kind of, it's not dynastic because they've won two rings in those 7 years, right? And one of them you're going to tell me is tainted? It's a hell of a run, man. No, that guy, if he retires, and the reports coming out of Yahoo are that he's going to, and out of The Athletic, and kind of trickling through, there's a lot of talk about that mulling retirement, according to CBS. But yeah, man, I will argue best managerial hire, in the last, how many years? How many years? Give me a better one. 505-246-0610. Hey, holidays are coming. Busy time. Fall season. Halloween's next week. Then you get Thanksgiving. Then you get the holiday. It's here. Get your car taken care of so you can focus on family. My friends over at On the Spot Automotive Detailing will help you get your car cleaned, detailed, and looking and smelling like new. Don't have the time? Don't need the time. On the Spot Automotive Detailing will do it all for you wherever and whenever it's convenient. When they're done, your car looks and feels and smells like it's brand new. What does that even mean? I know people ask me that all the time. Well, I don't have the time. You don't need it, dude. You're busy. I am too. I'm in the office. You're in the office. You got a couple hours where you know you're going to be in the office? Good. Have them come out. They'll be in the parking lot. They detail your vehicle. When they're done, you go outside and your car is detailed. What does that mean? Remember when you took it off the lot? Everything was sparkling, smelled good, clean, under the seats, under the hood, around the rims, the tires, everywhere. That's what they do. They also offer window tint services for your vehicle. It's a great gift as well. Call 505-859-2859. 505-859-2859. Or you can book online at otsdetailing.com. That is otsdetailing.com.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors.
Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them easy.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
Rosendo Najar here, president of Carpenters Local 1319.
Juan Junior Gonzalez, warden of Local 1319. Some people have a misconception about what a carpenter does.
The carpentry trade entails more than just woodworking or building houses. We are responsible for 85% of a construction job site. Everything from the superintendent on down. We have a great apprenticeship program. Information can be found on our website.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Had Joey from the Hispano Chamber on talking about the Jingle Bowl, and you can be a part of that. It's something the Isleta New Mexico Bowl is doing with the Hispano Chamber. Cumulus radio stations are part of it. It's you can enter your company's jingle. Like, we just heard jingles in the last commercial break. And grand prize is a $10,000 package of advertisement, national TV stuff at the Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Grady sent me a note, JJ. It says Jingle Goat, the collar wrap of Go Nuts Donuts back in the day, solid gold. He's right. So there was a, what were we doing? We're doing some contest to give away something. And
Go Nuts?
There was Go Nuts Donuts was a donut place years ago. And the dude wanted the donuts, and he called in with some rap, gonna go nuts for Go Nuts Donuts. And it just had it was gold. This was probably 10 years ago, man. But yeah, that was solid gold. Solid gold. All right, 505-246-0610. NBA season starts tonight. Lakers in Denver as they drop the banner. Giannis Antetokounmpo I guess he's not going anywhere, huh? He's been making some noise that he might not want to stay in Milwaukee. Well, yesterday, extension, 3 years, $186 million. God bless him, right? The deal, which includes a player option for the 27-28 season, has him to the franchise through the duration of Damian Lillard's contract. So what is it? 186,000,000 divided by 3? 62 million? That's almost $1 million a game because it's an 82 game season. How many games will he play? 70? That's pretty good living, man.
Yeah, at least 65.
Think he plays 65 games?
Well, you have to hit.
Oh yeah, to qualify. Yeah. All right. I mean, I guess I should stop being in awe of numbers anymore, right?
Yes.
But it's hard not to. And they're awe-inspiring numbers. All right, what are you looking for in the NBA? You got to be looking forward to. So tonight I got Game 7. I got the NBA starting. I got the NHL doing their big Frozen Frenzy, right? How can you not watch New Mexico State, Louisiana Tech? I got a lot to look at tonight, don't I?
This is great. This is fantastic.
Tonight is the absolute equinox. College football. You had NFL last night. I got college football. I mean, it counts. I got football, basketball, Game 7, and I got hockey. I got everything. Whatever you want is there for you tonight, and there's probably a soccer game somewhere if you want it. Right?
There's Champions League this afternoon.
See? That's all I'm saying. So how do you prioritize? Game 7's got to be number 1, right?
PIP, baby.
Picture. You're absolutely right. Split screen. Because, 5:30, Nuggets dropping the banner. I'm not missing that.
Yeah, and I'll watch the Aggies if I'm home by 5. But I have a direct interest. Well, I have a direct interest in that, right? As a bowl director, I'm looking at I've got a direct interest in that. I'll flip over and watch a little Liberty.
And this is a great slate for opener. Lakers at Nuggets. Lakers are like, oh, how dare you call us out, Denver? You won a championship. Oh,
Phoenix
try me, freaking River.
Phoenix
Lakers.
Golden State's pretty
and then
nice.
Phoenix Golden State. Let's go.
Phoenix Golden State's pretty nice. Do you buy into the Lakers this year? Everybody's healthy when you get started. LeBron's healthy. AD's healthy. They put together a squad. Austin Reeves is legit. they went out and they made all kinds of additions and little additions, big additions. D'Angelo Russell's back. Rui Hachimura is really good.
Well, they didn't really make a big addition.
No, they didn't. They made
didn't.
little additions.
It would be,
they made little additions. Yeah.
Can the former UNLV running Rebel, Christian Wood, provide them some minutes? Because I think Wood hasn't gotten a solid opportunity. He's a guy, I think 10 to 12 minutes can be really impactful in a game and have some good numbers. The Lakers are going to be similar to last year. I think they'll be a team that will be middle of the pack, maybe 4 to 7, push above that play-in line. And if you have Anthony Davis and LeBron James, you are someone that can get to the Western Conference Finals.
It's just health. Hey, bitter LA fan Ralph just hit me. Purdy's not the next Montana or Tommy. It was a great night. Rob Manfred created the mess by not appropriately dealing with it. They should have vacated the title. They're still angry. See? Another day of mixed up swells, by the way. West swell, try the reef breaks mid-morning. There's a picture, brah. I mean, there's your surf report, brah. Want to do Red Zone when we get back? We get surf reports, man. How many other New Mexico stations are getting surf reports? That's all I'm saying. It's opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. You're home for Sunday night and Monday night and Thursday night football.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action.
5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with three-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bond.
Sounds so nice. Let's do it twice. Game 7. The greatest two words in sports. It was pretty okay last night. Place was popping. The Rangers beat the Astros 11-4. The Rangers win the American League pennant. Still like the old school term. They win the pennant. Don't you? Like instead of they're the American League champions, I just, there's something, I don't know. You guys like that? There's something still to it. They win the pennant.
When you said that, I just smiled because, yeah, it's old school. It's baseball. There's something very right about that.
You know what I go back to all the time? I think it was and I wasn't around, but it was 1954, I think. The Bobby Thompson home run. And we've all heard the call when the Giants' Bobby Thompson hit the home run at Ebbets Field to beat the Dodgers. The Giants win the pennant! The Giants win the pennant! The Giants win the pennant! Bobby Thompson hit a home run, the Giants win the pennant, right? I always go back to that when I hear the word pennant. I don't know, there's something about it. But you hear pennant races all the time, right? It's good. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, and DC. Game 7 tonight in the National League. Diamondbacks forced that last night. Merrill Kelly was really good as a starting pitcher. 5 innings, gave up a run. Bullpen took over from there. Ketel Marte was really good. And the D-backs win in Philly. 5-1 sets it up tonight for the National League pennant. The Phillies and the D-backs. 6:07. You get that over on TBS. Same time that TNT will be running Lakers Nuggets. Same time that CBS Sportsnet will be running Aggies and Bulldogs. Yeah.
You want a little quick trivia on Louisiana Tech?
Yeah, I like it.
So we know Terry Bradshaw was their quarterback. Do you know who his backup was?
I do not.
That would be Phil Robertson of Duck Dynasty.
Never knew that. Really?
Yep.
Tidbit there. Who's their best basketball player to come out of there?
Is that Pistol Pete?
Didn't Karl Malone come out of there?
Oh, yes, he did. That's a good call.
Yeah, Karl Malone was pretty good, right?
Karl Malone.
Yeah, he was pretty good. All right, you want to go in the red zone? Or wait, you want me to take this call first?
Let's go in the red zone.
All right, let's get in the red zone. After Vikings beat the Niners last night, the final score in that football game was, 22-17, if I'm not mistaken.
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
Are you crazy? I'm saying you're a football player.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to Tom Brady this year.
You're in the red zone with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bach.
Let's go, baby!
It's 1st and goal.
All right, the Minnesota Vikings improved to 3-4 after a wild Monday night. They're currently 2nd in the NFC North, sitting behind the 5-2 Detroit Lions. ESPN's Chris Canty made a bold prediction this morning, saying the Vikings are going to the playoffs. So I ask you guys, is he right? Are the Minnesota Vikings going to the playoffs?
Maybe. The answer is not no. And so here's the deal. They're not. I don't believe they're winning the division. Okay. So that means they've got to get one of 3 wild cards. I believe 2 of the wild cards are going to Dallas and Seattle. Okay. I do. That means they are battling for the final wild card. Minnesota is with whoever the second team is out of the South, and maybe the Rams. And you know what? They might be the best team out of those, out of the Rams, out of Tampa Bay or New Orleans. There's a real chance the Vikings are going to the playoffs.
It's not a bold prediction to say a team 1 game back of a playoff spot could go to the playoffs. If you watch the Minnesota Vikings, they're not as bad as they were made out to be.
Are they going?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they are too.
Kirk Cousins, without Justin Jefferson, put up 378 yards passing on the San Francisco 49ers. It's a defense that is going to be ultra aggressive, and that will lead to creating turnovers. As Brian Flores, he's going to blitz. They're not devoid of talent. Kirk Cousins, if you're talking about the playoff race, Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, you take him over Baker Mayfield and the Bucs. Yes. You take him over the Commanders. Yes. You're taking him over the Packers right now. Yes. The Rams and Vikings, and I'll give the Saints that chance. Those are going to be the 3 that are going to battle it out. Yeah, I think Minnesota's playoff team.
I do too.
2nd and goal.
Ready, down, put.
The 49ers are down, but not out after losing again last night in Minnesota. San Francisco is 5-2 with half-game lead over the 4-2 Seahawks. In the preseason, we went back and forth about who might win the NFC West division. So let's revisit that. Who wins the West and how does it play out?
San Francisco 49ers.
That's right.
They are still the better team. Deebo Samuel's not done for the season. They should get him back after the bye week. He was dealing with a hairline fracture in his shoulder. Your left tackle is going to be back on the field. You still have Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, that defense, they've been got a little bit. But I still like the overall talent of the San Francisco 49ers to win the division.
Yeah, they're the best team in the division, and they're going to be fine. Everybody loses a game or two, and we all lose our mind. Oh, the Bills are horrible. Oh, how could the Chiefs lose on opening night to the Lions? Oh, how can the Niners possibly lose? They're going to be fine. Brock Purdy's going to be fine. Brock Purdy's going to still be a really good, solid quarterback. Brock Purdy didn't forget how to play because he threw an interception. They may lose a few more games, but I still believe that they're going to win, and Seattle's going to be a wild card team out of the West.
3rd and goal.
All right, it's Tuesday, which means the waiver wires are going to be very active for those still paying attention to their fantasy teams. So I ask you guys to give us a few names to keep in mind when submitting these waiver claims today.
Well, JJ told me to go get Darrell Henderson. He's the Rams guy. Took him off the street, and he looked pretty good. And the other guy you love to tell me about, who I've always loved, who's finally doing it, and I don't have him on my teams anymore, is Dante Foreman. And a guy I drafted in one league, Rashee Rice. He's not getting bunches, but he's getting touchdowns.
Yeah, Rashee Rice, if he's still out there, he is a great waiver wire addition. Go with Darrell Henderson over Royce Freeman. Royce Freeman's not bad, but Darrell Henderson got 10 more snaps than Royce Freeman. So I'd rank them Henderson, Freeman 1 and 2 from a Rams running backs. Josh Downs has to be rostered. He was only rostered in 36% of Yahoo leagues. This past weekend, he is playing in the slot. Gardner Minshew's the quarterback, Colts offense. And then names you look forward, potential stashes. Devin Singletary, the backup. Damian Pierce had a good snap count before the bye week. Jamal Williams is back. He's not going to play, but he's click that little star button.
Smith and Jigba.
There's a watch list. Smith and Jigba, if he's out there, scoop him up, because you saw if one of those guys goes down, he can be a focal point. He had 4 for 63 and a touchdown. And then tight ends. Dalton Kincaid is a must start for the Bills. Dawson Knox went down with a wrist injury. Kincaid just had 8 for 75. The Bills are still going to throw the football. So there's some tight ends available that can help you in a position that's so boom or bust.
4th and goal.
Did I stutter? Beer me.
All right, we all know the MVP award is essentially a quarterback award these days, but it has not always been that way. 16 running backs, 2 defenders, and 1 kicker in 1982 have previously won the award. Lawrence Taylor was the last defensive player to win it in 1986. So let's fast forward to Week 7, 2023. Myles Garrett is absolutely taking over in Cleveland. His field goal block, it was just straight up nasty, and the forced fumbles were next level. So what will Myles Garrett have to do moving forward to win the MVP award in 2023?
Honestly, I don't think there's anything he can do. I don't think it's possible for a defensive player to win an MVP award with the way we vote and watch football.
So I think if he keeps putting up the numbers that he does, I don't know that I look at in Week 7 a dominant quarterback right now. I mean, it's easy to say Mahomes can win all the time, right? But look at the numbers, and nobody is just going bonkers. In fact, the greatest offensive numbers have been Tyreek Hill, right? As far as you just go, what's off the chart? And I think there could be a swell if the Browns win, they continue to win, and he continues to perform at the level at which he's performing. I think there can be a swell, and this could be a year where now they got to make the playoffs, and that there's no guarantee of that. But I think if they make the playoffs and he continues to do it, if he does something that's so obscene and off the charts, kind of like he's doing, I think there's a chance, because I don't know that I feel right now that there's an absolute favorite for MVP.
But he's not leading the league in sacks. He's not going to be anywhere close in tackles. I mean, in like total tackles. But how do you judge an impact? Aaron Donald should have been in this conversation then in years past.
I agree with that.
And so I don't think there's any way possible for Myles Garrett to win an MVP. Is it going to be a game changer, a wrecker? Yes. But to do that, it's like you got to be scoring touchdowns. You got to be leading the league in sacks, and he's not.
And he's different, man. He is different. All right. That's your...
That's why I think it's Tyreek Hill for the non-quarterback that has the best chance to win MVP.
You know, Kim Mulkey might disagree with you on the best basketball player ever to come out of Louisiana Tech. Fair enough. Fair enough. Highest profile, how about that? basketball player to come out of Louisiana Tech. The mailman.
Doesn't he have a car dealership out here?
He
Or did at one point?
Well, his name was on one. Yeah. Look at the upcoming weeks, Jeff. Packers, Falcons, Saints, Pumpkins, Bears, Raiders. They could be 9-4. I think is he talking about the Vikings?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why I kind of gave you that, right?
It could be 4-9 too. It's the beauty of the NFL.
You don't know where they're going, man. You just don't. I mean, literally, yeah. But a team that was dead a couple weeks ago is at the top. Yeah. 505-246-0610. Oh, man. Jerry Jones is talking again today. Jerry Jones is talking about other teams again today. Is today Jerry's radio spot? I guess it is. What headline your owner's making today? And what's the other team he's talking about? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. You're home for Sunday night, Monday night, and Thursday night football.
All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Stunker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my...
All right. I'll go down. And a couple right off the top are obvious. Florida Atlantic, who went to the Final Four. Right? And San Diego State, who went to the championship game. San Diego State, they lose Nathan Mensah and they lose Matt Bradley, but they return 4 of the top 6 scorers. Lamont Butler's back, Darian Trammell's back, Jaden Ledee and Micah Parrish are all back. Then they get that transfer from USC, Reese Dixon Waters. They should be pretty good, right? St. Mary's, the Lobos play St. Mary's. This is on the list. UC Santa Barbara. The Lobos play UC Santa Barbara, don't they?
Yes, they do.
New Mexico is on that list. Get back to what he said. Dayton, Boise State, whom the Lobos play. Colgate, UNC Asheville, and Yale. Lobos are appearing on all these lists. Here's what John Rothstein says about Lobos. College basketball's most underrated backcourt, Jalen House and Jamal Mashburn Jr. It's the primary reason why folks in Albuquerque are cautiously optimistic that the Lobos NCAA tournament drought is about to end. New Mexico hasn't heard its name called on Selection Sunday since 2014, which seems just obscene, doesn't it? House and Mashburn will also play with other quality players on the perimeter, headlined by burgeoning sophomore Donovan Dent, a pair of transfers, Mustafa Amzil and Nelly Jr. Joseph. Should play big roles up front. New Mexico has the requisites to be one of the best non-power conference teams in the sport in 2023-24. Fair assessment?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
They get Nelly Jr. Joseph back.
Yeah.
This team checks all the boxes. Interior size and defense, floor spacers, go-to players late in games, experience.
Still not here, is he? No. There's some issue getting him visa out of Nigeria. Season starts with an exhibition on Thursday. They'll play another one next week. November 6th is your real opener. Texas Southern at home. Then you go at St. Mary's, one of those teams on there. Home for UT Arlington. Go to that tournament in Vegas over Thanksgiving week. Toledo Rice at Pepperdine. There's a really interesting stretch right after that. The stretch with Louisiana Tech at home, the Aggies at home, UC Santa Barbara, who was on that list, at home, the neutral court game with Santa Clara, and then the Aggies and UC Irvine. I think that's a really interesting stretch, don't you? Because there's some sneaky games that can bite you. Santa Barbara can get you. Santa Clara can get you. Hell, I don't know what the Aggies are. Do you?
I have no idea. It's going to take them some time.
I would think so.
To grow into who they are. It's brand new everything from top to bottom with that program. You mentioned John Rothstein. He tweeted out that New Mexico State lost a secret scrimmage to Eastern Washington. So that's what's going to happen for that program early in the season.
I heard San Diego State lost a secret scrimmage to Arizona State. Yeah. Who the Lobos playing their secret scrimmage with? Do you know?
No.
Secret scrimmage. There used to be like, it's like you're allowed one of these like secret
behind closed doors.
Behind
no one can be there.
No media, nobody can be there. But you play another team, you play a game, you play a scrimmage, you get in referees. We're gonna meet in a gym in Winslow, Arizona, and play against Arizona.
It's like have an unmarked bus roll up to the pit so no one knows.
Nobody knows
who it is.
Secret scrimmage. That's what it is. That's this week, dude. Who's your next women's game?
Sunday. Adams State.
Okay.
Exhibition basketball. This schedule, and this is like a really good setup if you can do it. What Mike Bradbury was able to do. So he has one on Sunday, entire week of practice. Second one on Sunday, entire week of practice. Season opener Monday. Look at 3 week stretch getting ready for the season.
And you thought they looked really good the other day, didn't you?
In fourth quarter.
Okay.
But I don't get worried about the first 3 quarters of these games. You're playing the 13 available players. Paula Reese wasn't playing. They're holding her out. She got a little dinged up, but it's nothing that they're concerned about long term. So that's your probably focal point on offense. You have 3 redshirt players that got minutes, the newcomers that are playing, and it's going to be sloppy.
All right, Jerry Jones, Cowboys owner, did his radio hit today over on whatever the station is in Dallas. And he is basically content. They're coming off a bye. 6 games into the season, they're 4-2. And he feels even better about his Cowboys, with the 49ers struggling a little bit. Cowboys owner was on the radio, talked about the 49ers loss last night to the Vikings. 49ers were 5-2 after their 5-0 start. Hit me if I'm wrong. 49ers beat the Cowboys 42-10, right, in week 5?
Yes.
Wasn't that close, was it? All right. Jerry, though, feels that the team, his team, is capable of beating the 49ers, who, by the way, ended the Cowboys season the last 2 years. Quote Jerry Jones this morning on 105.3 The Fan in Dallas. Well, I would have liked to have played better against the 49ers. You see a team step up and play like Minnesota did, and their quarterback did, they can be had, the 49ers. 4-2, I'll take it for sure, but we have better football ahead of us, end quote. Now, obviously, he feels that Minnesota provided some sort of a blueprint on how his team or somebody else can beat the Niners. Did you realize each team just punted once in that game, by the way? Kind of a weird game, and it was only 22-17, which is, again, kind of crazy. Did he take a little shot at his quarterback, though? By saying, how their quarterback played? Their quarterback stepped up and played well? And Kirk Cousins had a day last night, by the way. 35 for 45, 378, 2 touchdowns and interception. Jerry alluded to the play of the quarterback. Now, I don't know if he dissected the 49ers defense, but boy, he didn't get sacked. I'm looking at some of the commentary regarding what Jerry said this morning already. And is it perceived as a slight at Dak Prescott, who was not good against the 49ers? Prescott, 3 interceptions, was under 60% against the Niners. Now, he came back with a nice game against the Chargers. Everybody has a good game against the Chargers.
It's a good get-right spot against that defense.
Everybody does. Taking a shot. Is he softening on the Dak stance? He has been so 100% Dak's my guy, Dak's our guy, Dak's our guy. I can see, I don't know how he's going to get out of it. Kirk Cousins, I see him falling in love with Kirk Cousins or something like that and thinking that's going to be the difference. And somehow trying to make that work.
It's possible. A little pressure on your starting quarterback. Not the end of the world.
I listen to his comments every week. And, he's been all over Dak. He loves him. The Cowboy fan like Dak Prescott more or less than they were in love with Tony Romo until they weren't. Doesn't it feel like the exact same type of thing? The way it's played out long term? Guy came out of nowhere, wasn't ever going to be the next quarterback, but then he wowed you, and then he was going to be the next quarterback, and then he kind of hit his ceiling and never got you where you wanted to get.
Very similar trajectories.
Right?
It's probably because of the longing of what once was. There's probably more love for Tony Romo because you just think back and you always, at times, can overinflate things in your mind.
100%.
But it's the same script.
Right? It's really the same script. I look at it and I'm like, All right, how's this going to go? All right, 505-246-0610. One guy's making $40 million. The other guy's bounced around to 40 different teams. No, not that many. Who should your quarterback be? Can the backup be better than the guy making $40 million? Might be. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. You're home for Sunday night, and Monday night, and Thursday night football.
Come to the UNM Howl Zone.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro V. favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Kind of a big game, right? That inner city game, the inner city that they take to another state. But you have that preseason junk with Aaron Rodgers and the whole Hard Knocks thing that got blown up. You want to start this week, right? Terod was 18 of 29 for 279 last week. Again, that decision's out of my hands, and I'm perfectly fine with whatever decision's being made. My mindset, there's no attitude change. I'm going to continue to keep leading in the way I lead, preparing in the way that I prepare, and staying ready for the opportunity, end quote. I know I asked you this yesterday, and I know your answer is, do you think Daniel Jones is better than Terod Taylor? And that might be true long term. Who's better right now to start for the Giants?
Right now?
Yeah.
I'd say it's Tyrod Taylor. You have a quarterback come out of a neck injury. But once he's cleared, you got to get Daniel Jones back out there. Try to find some confidence. You invested in him. He won a playoff game last year.
See, this is where
this
I get
dude
lost.
beat the Minnesota Vikings. Tyrod Taylor is a good backup quarterback. Tyrod Taylor, 2 to 3 weeks, is going to look good. Tyrod Taylor for 17 weeks, he's going to be a guy that you talk about. Everybody else like, stuck with this dude.
Yeah, we played this game, right? We played this game a lot. Sometimes we get lost. You invested, and since we gave the guy $40 million, we got to figure out how to get him good. And sometimes the answer is, you know what? We can't get him good. How long's Daniel Jones' deal? Is it 2 years? They give him $40 million this year and next? I think is right. What are the Giants playing for right now? I mean, in their mind, they're playing for the playoffs. They're 2-5. I believe them to have the most anemic offense in the National Football League. That's correct. They're the only team that's not scored 100 points. They've scored 85 points in 7 games. Did you find it? Did you get an answer on that?
Yeah, he signed a 4-year, $160 million deal before the season. So they've got him under contract through the 2026 season.
What do you do? You know, sometimes it's the same thing that the Broncos are in, right? I got a guy, we signed him forever. Now, the Broncos don't have an option. I mean, unless you think Jared Stidham's a guy. And you've got a very interesting piece that you introduced me to yesterday on that. But sometimes you sign a guy. When do you admit your mistake? And B, for a coach whose job is to win or get fired, right? At what point, week to week, do you say the other guy gives me a better chance to win? Because you just said, you know, you got to build something, you got to get something going. He's there for a while, and I don't think that's totally wrong. Are they done?
Well, Daniel Jones, the expectations for him, Ryan Tannehill.
Okay.
And you don't give Daniel, like, it's really, it's only $40 million for a starting quarterback. Like, so you're not asking Daniel Jones to be an MVP. You understand.
Not crazy. Dude, hear what he just said.
Yeah, he said it, and I was like, that is so crazy.
And he's not wrong.
Not at
all. That is
like,
the crazy part of it.
Yeah.
It's only $40 million. It's not that much.
And when we look at the Giants, they have been a disaster on the offensive line too. And so that's when we have to have that real football conversation. Yeah, Tyrod Taylor has looked good for this spurt. But he also didn't score a touchdown against Buffalo and scored 14 points against the Commanders. So it's not like, let's throw Daniel Jones away because this is a bad offensive team.
Look, Tyson Bagent looked good for a day, right?
Yes.
We're not.
He's a backup quarterback. It's like Tyrod Taylor is you could say he's the best backup quarterback in the league, and that's fine. Tyrod Taylor for 17 games is not going to look that much better than Daniel Jones in this specific offense because that offensive line has been a disaster.
You've got a sample size that is proportionate on Tyrod Taylor, right? You know what he is and what he is not. He is a valuable asset on your club. He's been given now.
He's above 500 in his career.
Look,
27 and 26.
He's been given chances, and when the Chargers team doctor stabbed him in the lung and knocked him out for the season. I mean, did anything ever happen with that, by the way? The guy, if you're not familiar with the story, when Justin Herbert got drafted by the Chargers, Tyrod Taylor was the Chargers quarterback. He was the starting quarterback, and they went to give him a pain injection in his ribs. He got bruised ribs or something, and the team doctor, instead of, I mean, look, I'm not going to pretend I know how to give injections, especially in the rib cage, but somehow oopsied and punctured Tyrod's lung with the needle. Tyrod was out, Justin Herbert came in, and he's never been replaced. That's how Justin Herbert got his start in the National Football League, which is just bonkers to me. All right. So you're saying when Jones is cleared, put him back in, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Other injury stuff. DK Metcalf didn't play Sunday for the Seahawks. No guarantees back for Week 8 against Cleveland. Quote, we'll see what it feels like to move around on Wednesday, one step at a time. What's his injury?
That one was one that came up out of nowhere on the weekend. And you see that cue, he's questionable, but then you see the big alert that he was ruled out. Oh.
It's a tough one. All right, here's a term that I never understand. I told you there's two terms. I just, what's a bad win and what's a good loss? Some losses are worse than others. Some losses, you know, you're 7-0 and you can take a loss. I don't know that it's a good loss. Tua Tagovailoa told reporters in his press conference that, quote, there are a lot of positives to take from the game that they lost 31-17 to the Eagles. Well, we learned, this is a quote, well, we learned that the little things matter, and they turn into big things as they continue to build up. This is a good test early in the season. People can say the penalty's this, the penalty's that. Like for us as a team, we aren't throwing that out as an excuse. They went out there. They did what they had to do to win that game. We didn't do enough to win. So that's what it is. That's the end of the quote. He feels like it's going to help his team. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm okay finding positives and losses, right? Everything doesn't have to be, oh, we stank, sucked. Sometimes the other guys beat you, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you learn in losses. To me, there's a difference between a good loss and learning from a loss. Don't you think?
I see that.
I mean, you'd rather learn from wins, wouldn't you?
Of course.
But if you can't, I'm going to swing it completely the other way. If you can't learn from a loss, it's on you and you're going to repeat it.
It's too long of a season. And even when you want that moment, like you want, all right, here's my 60 seconds I'm throwing on social media to come out of this weekend and say that Miami can't compete to win the AFC, that, you know, Detroit's a bunch of frauds because they got on the road in week 7. Like there's too much to take, like still too much down the line. Like you hope you learn, you see things like, all right, now would we like to see Detroit be better on the road? Sure, but we also did see them when they rode the prior week. But I think you find out more, maybe you need to respect the Ravens.
Yeah.
More than we were before that. But that's the beauty of this league.
All right, let me give you one more before we go to the break. Perspective on how good Puka Nacua has been in his first 7 games of his National Football League career. All right, Puka Nacua, 5th round, 3rd round.
That's 5th.
5th round pick out of BYU. He's played in 7 games. He has 58 catches. Did you know the 58 catches for Puka Nacua is the most ever in a player's first 7 games, ever in the National Football League, ever? He needs 1 catch on Sunday against the Cowboys to set a new NFL record for the most catches by a player in his first 8 games. He has 752 yards in those 7 games. He joins Jamar Chase, who had 2 yards more than him in 2021, as the only 2 players in NFL history with at least 700 yards in their first 7 career games. What Puka Nacua is doing is historically good. You said he would disappear when Cooper Kupp came back. He has not disappeared. Puka Nacua has made himself, not you like the universe, the NFL. Oh, well, yeah, Cooper Kupp's coming back. What he's doing is historical. Now, I'm not telling you he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I'm not telling you he's not.
It's going to be one of the best rookie seasons ever. And he's still making the tough catches because Puka's a guy, he doesn't wow you with his speed. He's not a great route runner. He doesn't have a quick beat. The dude is just in position to make the catch. And then another great sideline catch in coverage, one where he got the right toe down just in time before going out of bounds. And the reason that he's still going to feast is because there's going to be games where teams go over the top to take away Cooper Kupp, like the Steelers did.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, Cooper Kupp had 2 catches. Yep, 2 catches, 29 yards. Matthew Stafford fed Puka Nacua.
6'2", 205. So he's a good-sized receiver who actually runs really good routes. Not spectacular, but really solid routes. And has earned the trust of a veteran quarterback. And he had those 4 games without Cooper Kupp to earn that trust. And I don't want to say carried the team, but kind of carried the team, right? And so he's not going away. For them to find a guy like that in the 5th round, I mean, this is, I don't know where they found Kyron Williams, right? But give me.
The same thing. They drafted him
late
out of Notre Dame 2 years ago.
Let's do this again. We're coming off a bye week for C.J. Stroud. Offensive Rookie of the Year is who right now?
It is neck and neck between Stroud and Nacua.
If Puka Nacua puts up historic numbers and C.J. puts up good numbers, the best of this year's rookie class, it's got to be Puka Nacua, right? If he keeps on this pace, which I don't think he can, by the way. I mean, this pace is torrid. But it's got to go to the receiver, doesn't it? And I get it. He's a 5th round guy, not a 2nd overall guy, and whatever.
Well, for me, that I don't care like what he was.
I agree.
It's about what you do, not where you were drafted.
Rams get the Cowboys next, then the Packers. Could be chilly in Lambeau. Then they get a week off. Seahawks, Cardinals, Browns, Ravens.
Could you have like this? I would honestly be okay if CJ Stroud continued on his pace.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about a dude that could be top 10.
Yeah,
passing in the league.
Yeah,
has thrown 1 interception so far. He's going to get a couple odd bounces. That number is going to go up. Versus a guy in Puka Nacua that is leading the league in receptions. Could there be co-offensive?
I imagine there can be.
Both of these dudes are unbelievable.
There's been co before. Stroud is 10th in the league in passing yards. 9 touchdowns, 1 interception. His completion rate is under 60%.
See that go up a little bit?
A tick under 60%. I mean, look, just because he's a quarterback, it's got to be Puka Nacua right now. And if he keeps that pace, I don't know how he's not your guy. Now, they're both going to be on the cusp of the playoffs.
We're also seeing a Houston team that's 3-3.
Yeah. The Rams weren't supposed to be very good either now.
Well, it's just people sometimes just don't think, a healthy Matthew Stafford can still play football.
By the way, they're not very good.
Like, he was not there. He was not there last year.
By the way, they might not be that good. All right, 505-246-0610. A lot going on today. What you need to know as you go through your Tuesday, it's kind of one of the busiest sports days of the year, sneakily. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Your home for Sunday night and Monday night and Thursday night football.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
for surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Frozen Frenzy tonight. All teams are playing. ESPN's doing this whole run around, catch every game, wrap around. Pick your team, find your game. Did I miss anything?
This is a great.
What a day, dude.
Great day. Be a sports fan.
What a
Love
day.
It. So much fun.
All right. Around here, this is a big one for the Aggies. New Mexico State is 5-3 and 3-1. Looking to win, and I should lean on those guys a little bit. When was the last time New Mexico State won 4 games in a row?
Oh my goodness.
Did they do that last year in their run? They didn't, did they? They had a loss in there, like to Missouri or something in the middle of it. But if they can beat Louisiana Tech, they're 2.5-point dogs tonight. They would get to 4-1 in conference, 6-3 overall. And I got to caution everybody who listened to John Schifrin on ESPN last week, saying they're just one win away from bowl eligibility. They need to win 7.
Guys got to make a statement.
What?
For John.
No, I like John Schifrin. He actually called the New Mexico Bowl last year. He was our play-by-play guy, and he was wrong on that one.
You're wrong.
I mean, what's the right way?
Wrong.
Like, I was wrong when I called this Citadel today. I was wrong. I misspoke. I wonder if there's what are the betting lines on Pavia tonight?
Pavella?
Or Pavella. Or Pavia, for that matter. Oh, I got an email. Somebody asked a question on that. Bruce said if NMSU keeps winning, do Jason and Jerome need to start worrying about a P5 club poaching Jerry and their starting quarterback, Jeff? You worried about Jerry Kill and Diego Pavia?
If the opportunity presents itself, take it. If there's a bigger NIL deal somewhere, if you want to, I think Diego Pavia is absolutely would jump, and it's not like he's not. It's not going to be. Well,
this would be his chance to make money, playing football, right? The most
that
likely,
dude,
yeah,
stepping into a Power 5 program.
So where does he fit? Someone like what? I mean, would he play well at Iowa?
No.
Okay, would he play well at TCU?
I don't think so. I don't think he would.
So what are you saying then? Because, look, I like Diego as a player a lot, okay? Most likely he's not an NFL quarterback, right? So if he's got an opportunity next year to make money, I mean, Aggie fans going to get hurt. How does it work? If you transfer JUCO, JJ, help me on the portal. JUCO, he transferred after 2 years at Nimi. He's got a COVID year left.
Graduates.
If he graduates, he's got a graduate transfer.
Then he could.
Does this JUCO transfer count as your transfer, your free transfer?
But if you graduate, it doesn't matter.
Does it, though? I don't know the answer, though. I know it doesn't.
Yeah. I see. I was thinking more like Houston.
Okay.
Like a UCF.
So a newer P5. Okay. Be interesting, man. It'd be, I don't know, Bruce, do they have to worry about it? Maybe. Richard's in on Nuggets. Jeff, is there more under the radar defending champ on opening night ever than JJ's organization? Nope, probably not. Nope, they're playing the Lakers. Lakers are the headline. The champions who are going to get rings and banners and just won and had a parade, the champions are not the headline, it's the other guys. What do you think the spread is on that game tonight? Any idea? I love this game. I don't know why I play it so damn much. Lakers Nuggets in what used to be the Pepsi Center, now Ball Arena. Not McNichols Arena.
It's been a while since McNichols.
Yeah. What do you think the spread is? Who's your favorite?
Nuggets 5.5.
Dude, how you're on? Nuggets by 5. Nuggets by 5 tonight. All right. Making sure I got you everything that. I just closed out on that. Let me make sure I get you everything that you sent me, because if you're going to take the time, I kind of want to give you the opportunity to hear it. Let me get on it. But if you want to get in 505-246-0610, you can. Who do you like in Game 7 tonight? Like the home team? I like the Phillies. I'd love to see you go the other way, but
We got a coin.
Yeah.
I'll just flip a coin.
You don't care.
That's the way I feel about Arizona, Philadelphia right now.
So real quick, we did have a caller just inform me, wanted me to pass this along, that if you go from D2 or D3 to D1, that
does not use so you still have another transfer.
Correct. If you go D1
that's
to
what I was
D1,
asking.
then it does. But
yeah, that's what I was at. I didn't know. So you still have your free transfer. All right. Suarez against Fat tonight. What?
No.
Brandon Fat.
He looked really good the other night.
Fat.
Rookie just deal.
Fat was terrific the other night.
He was. He had 5 2/3.
By the way, Suarez has been pretty damn good too. In 14 innings, Suarez has given up. Well, he's got an ERA of 0.64. He's been impossible to hit. Get at him early, right? That's what happened last night. The Rangers got at the Astros early, chased the starter, and you're playing catch up the whole way. I'd love to see the D-backs win. I mean, it's hard not to bet the Phillies tonight, isn't it? I don't know how you go another way.
So tonight is what you said. The Aggies could be looking at their 4th win in a row.
I did say that, yeah. You checking the last time they won 4 in a row?
You might have to send a text out on that one.
Yeah.
Because that, so far I'm back in 1983.
And you don't have it. Really? All right. I should have sent the text earlier, because by the time I get it, it'll be too late. I don't know the last time they won. I do know this. Aggies are 3-0 in October. They're 5-1 in October over the last 2 seasons. They've already equaled their number of October wins during the previous regime, Doug Martin's win in October. Kind of crazy. But October's been a really, really good month for them.
All right, here's a 4-game winning streak back in 1966.
Is that the last one you found? Wow. All right, then. Get Carter Blackburn tonight. Carter? That's what I always think of Carter Blackburn. I always think of Pete. He's always doing CBS games with Pete Killen. Carter? The Lobos have a good team over there, Carter. And, if they get the ball to Mashburn, and Mashburn and House, it's a good backcourt over there. And, Carter, I think they can win. That's my Pete Killen.
Solid.
That's all I think of when I think of Carter Blackburn. He's always a Pete Killen. Well, Carter? All right, thanks to Joey Gutierrez. He was with us today from Hispano Chamber. Take part in the Jingle Bowl and the big golf tournament coming up on Friday. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Coward is after that. 2 men on Come Your Way at 4 o'clock. We're back with award-winning radio. Tomorrow morning, we'll do it at 7 a.m. with a whole lot to recap, because what a day you got in front of you. Adrian, great show. DC, thank you for everything. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. Be kind and loving and caring and sharing, and we'll smell you tomorrow.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us, and my wife, and our daughter, they didn't make it.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us, and my wife, and our daughter, they didn't make it.